Hi, welcome to Regular Guy DIY. I'm your host Jeff Moore, and over the next few minutes I'm going to show you how I put this headboard together in just one afternoon. This headboard is going to be wall mounted. It's not going to be attached to the bed or the bed frame at all. So what I needed to do was to find the center line on the wall where I want the headboard to go. In this case, it's centered between two windows in our bedroom. I marked the wall where I want the bottom of the headboard to go. It's just about an inch above the top of our mattress. I measured and marked where the top of the headboard will go. And then from the center, I found studs that were as close to the outside edge of the headboard on each side as I could find. These happen to be double wide studs, which made mounting these brackets fantastic. I could put 4 screws through here and it held it nice and secure. I measured from the center line to the outside top corner of my right mount, and then I measured again from the center line to the outside top corner of my left mount. We're going to refer to these numbers again when we mount the brackets on the headboard. That way, when this thing is mounted and we bring it up, even though these aren't perfectly centered, the headboard is going to be mounted perfectly centered on the wall, and it's going to look amazing. Okay, we've mounted the wall brackets, and now it's time to mount the brackets on the back of the headboard. Now, because the wall studs aren't exactly where I want them to be for the headboard to be centered, I had to mark them and then measure the distance from the center of where I want the headboard on the wall to where the mount was, going to the left and to the right. And so what I've done is I've labeled each of these brackets, they're both the same, or pieces of 2x4 that are going to be the mounts. And I marked the distance from the center and the distance from the top of the headboard. That way all I have to do is just find my spot here on the headboard, mount them both, and then go hang it on the wall. To mount the brackets to the wall, I used 2.5-inch wood screws. To mount the brackets to the headboard, I'm going to use 2-inch. That way they don't go through the front of the headboard. I pre-drilled each of the mounting brackets, so I'm just going to get these screws in, get them started. Okay, there's a bit of lumber here, and this thing is fairly heavy, especially considering its awkward size. So it's always a good idea to have at least 2 people help you mount this on the wall. I don't have 2 people today, so stand by to be entertained as I lift this thing up on my own. I have it centered here, just about where the brackets are. I do have felt installed on the back, 2x4s. So I'm not going to mar the wall up if I have to shift it a little bit. Okay, trying to figure out how I'm going to grip this thing. And here we go. How about that? 12 3/4 and 12 3/4. Perfectly centered. Now we're just going to take a quick look underneath the bottom of the headboard just so you can see the brackets sitting there firmly. Here we go. There's the left bracket and there is the right bracket. Worked out beautifully.